So here's the fourth challenge of the Ronin Warriors collab, which is Worms. This is a pretty awful challenge if you try to limit yourself the way I do. Because the easiest way to do this map is to actually just ignore how the designers wanted you to do it, which seems to be a pretty consistent theme with how their challenges go. But anyway, like the way they want you to do this is to kill Geyer and Rag, and then kill Ivar at the top there. Instead, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to distract both Geyer and Rag with whatever units I have, and then have everybody else dogpile Ivar and try to kill him. This would obviously be much easier if I wasn't limiting myself to SR or 3D units. And in this case, I had to bring Parn along as well. Mostly because he's really the only decent DPS I can bring that's buffed by protagonist that is not obviously an SSR. Now, ideally, I would have brought Grenier instead of Vargas here, if only because that would allow me to buff Narm. But I was getting pretty tired of getting one-shot by stuff on this map. That's one of the most irritating parts of this map, is that it's way too overtuned. But because of that, I just brought Vargas instead of Grenier, because Vargas, I can just let him die a couple times if I need to. So Narm over there is actually using Angels along with the Uller's Bow. And pretty much the only reason for that is just so that she can take magic hits from Rag decently well if she needs to. Everybody else is just gonna dogpile Ivar and try to kill him. So basically on this map, the most annoying thing is the fact that they're going to keep summoning these bugs, and every time you kill 4 bugs, Ivar is going to summon an even bigger bug. Now, as we all know, the only good bug is a dead bug, but unfortunately those big bugs can't really be killed, and they also instantly kill you within 2 blocks, basically. Thankfully they're immobile, but basically what this means is that you're incentivized to just kill Ivar as fast as possible so you don't have to deal with all those big bugs, and plus the fact that Ivar actually gets stronger the more bugs there are on the map. This isn't the case for either Rag nor Geyer. So if you hate dealing with the mechanics, it's obviously to your advantage to just kill Ivar as fast as possible. Now, the way the map quote-unquote punishes you for doing that is that it increases Geyer and Rag's attack and intelligence by 40% if you do that. But honestly, they also made killing Geyer and Rag also increase Ivar's strength. So, you know, it's just like kind of poorly designed in my opinion, because the incentives to kill Geyer and Rag are way lower than the incentive to kill Ivar first. Anyway, you're just gonna see Vargas just try to hold this guy forever. Whereas Narm's gonna be at the bottom. She's gonna run into trouble a few times, and that's always gonna be a problem, but I'm gonna have to rely on Almeida and Chris to heal them up a lot. So meanwhile, I'm trying to kill Ivar, but these bugs, you do need to kill them a certain way, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. So these white bugs, when they die, they basically kind of explode and do a debuff to anybody within anybody who is 3 to 4 blocks away from them, increasing the damage they take by, I believe it was 150%. But basically, it's so much that you're gonna instantly die to almost everything. So the idea with these white bugs is that you're supposed to huddle around them and kill them there. Now the problem here is that Ivar also has an AoE that does more damage the further you are away from him. So that means you need to place your units in a very specific way to make sure that you don't get debuffed by these bugs while also staying close enough to Ivar so that you don't get hit by that stupid AoE. And just to clarify, these white bugs only deal this debuff if you are 3 to 4 blocks away from them. If you are right next to them, 1 to 2 blocks, then it doesn't do anything to you. So I need Vargas and Narm to be hitting the bugs that are spawned by Gaia and Rag, because I do need them to kill them. Because, like I said before, if there are too many bugs on screen, then Ivar will just keep getting his stats increased for each one on the map. One of the biggest things that I hate about this map is Ivar's AoE that he's about to do, which, like I said, it increases the amount of damage you are the further you are away from him. Now, my problem isn't really so much that they put this in as a mechanic, but that they poorly tuned this fight in a way such that this attack from Ivar will sometimes just kill you even if you're standing right next to him. This mostly happened when I tried to kill Gaia and Rag first, and then fight Ivar last. Basically, Ivar gets so strong that he just, it doesn't matter how far you are or how close you are to him, he's just going to kill you anyway. And in my opinion, it's just like, that's just kind of bad design, because, why even put the clauses there if you're going to die even if you follow them? And it's not like my units are weak, so I can't imagine doing this with even with units that have even lower stats than mine. But anyway, that's the bottom line here, is that leads to what you're seeing here, which is just me killing Ivar first and handling the bugs as they come. So I described the white bugs already. They, you gotta stay close to them when you kill them. The red bugs, you have to stay far away from them when you kill them. They explode in one ring and deal heal block for 2 turns. Which is obviously very, very dangerous when I haven't really brought that many healers to this fight. I mean, I pretty much have Almeida and Chris, which is a decent amount of heals, but usually, like, the biggest problem here is that Almeida isn't that great at healing AoE. I have to wait for her mass heal to come back up every time I want to heal AoE. Roast can help me heal a little bit, but the cooldown on that is way too long. And Chris can only heal the group every 3 turns with Redemption. So I gotta be careful of the red bug, because, if I get heal block at the wrong time, it's gonna last for 2 turns, and whoever gets it has a good chance of dying. Of course, the good news is that the one over there is Vargas, so that even if he does die, it's not the worst thing, because he'll just revive himself. So I want to fight Gaia after Ivar, because he has a very strong single target attack, and I just want to kill him before he uses it too many times, because otherwise it's just really annoying. Rag really only has Spatial Strike, which shuffles people all around, but it doesn't actually do that much damage. I mean, it does damage, and a decent amount of it, especially after Ivar dies, because he gets plus 40% intelligence, but it's not like Gaia's single target attack, which has a chance to just one-shot people. So obviously I will get rid of Gaia first, because he actually has a chance of killing people. But yeah, aside from that, there's not a whole lot to say about this map. This is actually a very simple map. It's just that it actually took me way too many tries to get this nice recording where I didn't have to use the Clock of Forgiveness, because it's just way too overtuned. And there's some RNG aspects there that are very annoying as well, mostly from where the bugs spawn, which of course is also mitigated somewhat by killing Ivar first instead of the other 2. But yeah, it's mostly because of just how overtuned this map is. The stats on the enemies are just way too high on this map. Even for a long-time player like myself, I think the stats are just not really reasonable. I mean, it wasn't hard to beat it when I cleared it the first time using SSR units, if that's any indication, but when I'm using SR units, it's just like, I just had people were just dying all over the place, so that's not very fun. Anyway, not a lot to say about the rest of the map. It's just gonna be me beating up Gyre and Rag. So I'll see you guys in the next one.
行くぞ。
任せろ。
行くぞ。そこだ。
ここ行くよ。こっちだよ。
始めようぜ。
こっちだよ。
行くぞ。
ここ
決めたか。行くぞ。
何かお手こっちだよ。ここ何かお手伝いできることありますか？よろしくお願いしますね。
行くぞ。
任せろ。
行くぞ。
任せろ。
行くぞ。始めようぜ。
行くよ。
始めようぜ。決めたか。行くぞ。
こっちだよ。行くよ。
行くぞ。
ここよろしくお願いしますね。
行くぞ。行くぞ。
何か
始めようぜ。
何か行くよ。何かお手伝いできることありますか？よろしくお願いしますね。
始めようぜ。決めたか。